Today, we are talking about identity, pain, and finding God anyway. Because I feel like a lot of people are dealing with this but not speaking out loud, especially with how we both have experienced the world differently. I want to introduce my friend here. His name is Kendrick. Yeah, and how we connected. We've been friends for over 10 years, and I would say we had a journey together. So my first question for you, Kendrick, is what's a moment that you would say shaped you to be who you are now?
Probably a mixture of things. Being homeless, transitioning. Those of all things have just shaped me into the person I am today because of the fact that I can't say, oh, I got really shaped as far as just being like transitioning, but more so just going through the transition experience and then having to go through the being homeless experience. And those two, I think, trying to shape me into the person I am today.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you feel the moment of homelessness as well as transitioning has changed the way you relate to God?
No. I think I've always related to God to a certain degree. If anything, it's maybe made it more where I'm quick to be. But that's God at play. That's Him moving things around. And that's only because of the fact that I've gotten to see how He moves, how He changes things, how like things that you would think that won't work out, how like He teaches you things, like, but without, He lets you fall, not too hard, hard enough, but not hard, not to the point where you can't pick yourself back up. But he's always there at the end of the day. So it definitely does change a little bit of it, but for the most part, I've kind of, I've seen him a little bit more, but I'm not seeing him too much more than how I already was looking at him.
That makes sense. I would definitely say, as a masculine presenting woman, that I feel God still sees through the ideals of the world in a way. Like, He sees our soul and He knows that we are still seeking Him. And to me, in this world, if that's not the number one thing, is to seek Him daily in that walk, I would say. How would you say being homeless played into your faith?
Probably on an everyday basis, because when you're homeless, you're living life day to day. It's not week to week or month to month where you're just like month to month. It's because you got a landlord over your head. Mm-hmm. Like day to day is because you got a hotel. Week to week, that's how you're looking at it, because you're looking at day to day because how am I going to eat today? And you're looking at month to month, week to week, because of the fact that, week to week, I got to pay this hotel bill. I got to make sure I pay enough that I can stay for a week so I get to next week. So that in itself, it does change things a lot for you. It changes how you think about things, how you perceive things, how you look at money. You do cherish money a little bit more. Like, you have this idea that I'm not going to just waste my money on anything. If it has to really, really either be doing me good or it has to be something I truly, really, really want.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I definitely experienced homelessness as well. And like you said, it does make you focus more on money, but also you have to focus on your faith. You have to keep it in order to keep going and keep pushing yourself. So I definitely 100% agree with you there. Do you feel you've ever struggled and had to look and say, where is God?
Yeah.
Describe that for me.
When I got hit by a car, I was like, where is God? Like, how is it that I get hit by a car, deal with all the bullshit that I was dealing with, having to put a rod in my leg or a plate in my wrist? That person that hit me there's no recourse for them.
No repercussion.
No repercussion, no nothing. So with that being said, it kind of made me question, like, okay, well, where is God? Like, how am I supposed to be dropped this low and now have all these issues. And the reality is like I've been doing nothing but trying to be a good person. So it does hurt you for a little bit. You're kind of like looking, is this what it's supposed to be a good person? You just take it in and just let it go all the time, even in this predicament. So yeah, there was definitely moments.
How do you come back from that and re-find your faith? Or do you feel like you're still on that path of re-finding your faith?
Honestly, for me, I just started picking up one foot and putting it in front of the other. I realized there was other stuff. So big getting hit by a car was a bigger thing. So it was like, that was just like a bigger thing just to kind of tell me to slow down. Like I had already been like, go, 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 go. So it's kind of like a slow down moment. Like you need to kind of like focus on what's around you instead of focusing on what's in front of you. Focus on the future. Because like I was very quick to focus on the future at the time rather than what was actually in front of me. Someone could tell me, hey, it's my birthday, and I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Now I'd be like, oh my God, it's so-and-so's birthday. I don't want to forget about it. And even if I do forget about it, I'll still try to hit that person up. Before, I'd be like, oh, I forgot about it, and I just call it a day. Like, it just hits, like, life hits different. That's kind of why God push you through certain stuff. Like, he push you through certain stuff so that way you see things differently. So, like, for me, I started seeing things differently because of the fact that I started looking at like other stuff that I normally wasn't looking at because of the fact that I actually had the time. At one point, I had the time to do it, and at another point, like I finally was actually focused on it, and I was looking. I don't have a lot of time in this world. Life could be over in a day. So it's, you know what? Yeah, let me focus on such and such. Let me focus on this, even though I wasn't focused on it before, because now these are memories that I build with people rather than me just focused on the next paycheck and just getting to the next.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Would you say with homelessness and with your transition and with being hit by a car, because that's a lot of big milestones in your life, what did that pain teach you about God? Not just yourself, just about God. What did it teach you about him?
He's always got my back. Even when I don't think he has my back, and I'm just not really focused on it. I'm just really focused on whatever else isn't happening. But low key, he's got my back, and he's trying to put me in the right direction. And I'll usually see it like once stuff's going in that, not the right direction, but there's a lot of coincidences along that path. A good example, I'm driving kids. The route I got has 5 meanings in one drive. I could see the street my grandmother grew up in, but it's a different town. I could see the street that I grew up in, but it's a different town. Then I see like my last name, and I'm like, damn, how many coincidences did you need to tell me that I was on the right path? I get it.
It's like a clear reminder. Okay, it's like when I always see 444 just randomly, and I'm like, I look at it like a blessing or God saying, hey, you're doing good. So it's like that understanding of
Exactly.
where we're going is we're still actively moving towards the goal, even if it feels like we're not. So I guess in this time, I would say, what made you feel the closest to God in your life?
Honestly, I'm thinking about it. When I feel close to God, it depends. I can feel close to God in church, but then another day I won't feel close to God in church. I could feel close to God just doing something as simple as meditating. And then the next time I meditate, I don't feel close to God. I found God shows up when he wants to and when you least expect it. So it's better to just show up for yourself and just know that he's going to show up when he needs to. Just call it a day. Like, I don't really feel close to God all the time, but like when I do feel close to him, I feel humbled. I feel grateful for everything I have around me. I don't feel I need anything more than what I got. I feel like I'm satisfied with life as it is. And that's a good humbling, like that's a good experience for me. I don't feel that's a bad thing.
I know we talked about earlier, you had brought up, especially when you were hit by the car, like, where is God? Or that you kind of expressed that anger towards the situation, which is very valid. How did you, or would you say that you've come to the place where you've kind of addressed that with God? And how do you feel now, or what was the outcome of addressing that anger that you had?
I kind of realized that that was a catalyst. God was making me slow down because I wasn't focused on mental. I had more going on mentally than just the accident caused. Like, I didn't know until after my accident, you got ADHD, and I was like, what? ADHD? And then I heard from another therapist, that's not even something adults have. So I was, oh, so if adults don't have it, that means I've been undiagnosed for years.
Yes.
Oh, that's wild. That's even wild in itself.
It's very clear in the Black community, for sure. Just in general with Black women, it's very clear that we go undiagnosed, because I also have ADHD. So it's
Undiagnosed for years.
clear of just picking up multiple things. I was just a person that could multitask. And when I got older and they said multitasking doesn't exist, you're actually low functioning when you do that. You're not actually reaching what you think you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
That's the best part. But the downside ADHD is what we've both been through, where it is hard to focus. It explains a lot of I tend to always multitask. So when I am focusing on one task, it makes it very dull. It makes it very slow.
Which is funny because they say that's anxiety. ADHD causes anxiety. PTSD causes anxiety.
That makes sense.
So in my head, I was like, so I got
Anxiety,
PTSD
anxiety.
from this accident. And that's why I get these headaches. Oh my God. This is too much. And they be serious about that shit. They be like, yeah, that's exactly why.
I always feel like too is that they have the cause, right? They'll say this is why it's happening, but I always am looking for, well, where's the solution? That's not in the pill. And
oh, you know why? Because there's no solution.
Yeah.
So there is no solution.
Yeah.
I've come to find out that there's no solution. It's coping. Everything, every therapist, anytime you go to therapy, anything about anything, you're learning coping mechanisms, how to deal with it on a daily basis. You're not learning this is how we fix it.
Would you say that you lean on your faith with that as well? I tend to say that I lean towards my faith with coping with it, because a lot of the coping mechanisms that they give us, it does help. It does help, but I feel like there's a level of faith in trusting in God, but also trusting in the methods that they're going to work.
I'm still trying to figure out methods. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm definitely still trying to figure out methods because, like, I've tried they have this one thing
Not working. What do you think God is trying to teach you in this season?
To be more patient. To honestly be more patient. I've been one to, like, because between ADHD and, like, the fact that I just always was, like, one of those people that kind of got my way to a degree. If I did an interview, I got my way. Right. I got the job. Like, everything I did, I got what I wanted. So, like, to be more patient and be like, okay, it's okay not to get what you wanted right away. Like, it's okay to take a little bit of time. Or it may not be what you want. It may be something else that you need. So, you know, that too. Like, just being open to getting stuff that I need versus getting stuff that I want. Those are things that I've definitely been learning, and, like, I've been, like, kind of more so working on when it comes to God.
So, what does your relationship with God actually look like on a day-to-day basis?
Trust. Trust that He knows what I'm doing, that He knows where I'm supposed to be going. Trust that despite everything that I think that I'm supposed to be doing, that even if He changes my path, like, it'll be okay. Honesty, just being honest with myself, honest with God. I'm working on it. But, and I just say honest with certain people. But for the most part, yeah, like, trust in yourself, trusting your beliefs, trust in God, honest with yourself, honest with God, determination, because I feel like determination does help. If you're not determined about something, like, why are you even trying to work towards it?
Yeah. No,
that's wasted energy.
That makes a lot of sense. What would you say keeps you coming back to God even when things are confusing?
Honestly, because, like, where else am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? I'm here. Where else am I supposed to go? It's not as if you could just go to your homeboy and they got all the answers. No. Your homeboy's going through just as much as you are. Like, you can't go to your mom because your mom been through it. Like, you can't go to your siblings because they've been through it. Like, you can only go to people for like slight advice. And then even then, like, you have to look for the answers within God. Like, you can look for a little bit of advice, but it's kind of like when they tell you, when you hear the choir.
I feel like I struggle with that too. Yeah.
In my head, if I go to advice to 5 motherfuckers and 4 of them say the same, even 3, it's a choir.
At that point, I feel like God's voice is even clearer, because if I go to 3 different people and they all told me the same thing, that said God is speaking through all 3, and he said, you don't need to go to anybody else. That's the answer. When I told you it in your head before you even asked the first person, that was the answer.
And the second person.
And the third person. And the third. And you
was looking for a different answer.
You would be damned to go to the 4th at that point.
And
you heard what it was.
If you go to the 4th and they give you a different answer,
you don't trust it.
You don't trust it because you was looking for it.
You were just at that point picking and choosing. So that makes a lot of sense. Last question of the night. What does it mean to choose God when you don't fully understand your life yet?
It's honestly, like I said, trusting God. Yeah, that's what it looks like to choose God. Trusting God. And trust that the decisions you're making, trust that the moves you're making, trust all of that makes sense at the end of the day.
Right.
Because you could be dating somebody new, you could be trying to get this new job, like whatever the case may be. But trust that what you're doing, the way you're moving, is how God will want you to move. And if that's how God will want you to move, and that's really how it is supposed to be, like, you're gonna see coincidences. You're gonna see little things that'll tell you, like, however you normally see things, God will try to show you in your own way, like, okay, you're doing the right thing. Like, for me, it's coincidences. So if I go out and I have a bunch of coincidences and it's, oh my God, like, this is a lot. This is overwhelming. Why is there so much? You damn near almost know me. Then maybe I just need to stick around for a little bit, see what's going on. See, this is where I need to be. Sometimes it's where you need to be for a short amount of time. Sometimes it's where you need to be for a long amount of time. But you'll see based on how things go. So, like, sometimes the coincidences are there, which tells you, yep, I'm supposed to be here. But then shit goes left, which tells you, yep, I need to get the fuck out of here. So it was only meant for a short time. And you just gotta accept it and move the fuck on.
You do. Well, I want to say thank you so much for meeting with me today.
You're welcome. Definitely
Back like he never left. This is my bestie. And that's a wrap.